understand that the 3rd District Court of Appeals threw out the charge as an adult for this so-called crime, and now he's in limbo. He's just languishing in jail. He's not charged as an adult. He can't be. That's illegal now. He has not been charged as a juvenile. He's already done 10 months. We want him out, and we have to develop a strategy to get him out.
And Congresswoman, just to be able to play devil's advocate for a minute, critics are saying, why all this attention on Michael Bell? He had 4 prior convictions. He had a battery charge for socking a teenage girl in the jaw. Why is he being made out to be such a martyr? And all this attention when really the issue should be on a larger scale with regard to racism within the system and not so much focus on Michael Bell.
Well, it's all of that. As a matter of fact, Michael Bell is not being tried for any past problems that he's had. He is in jail now because he was charged as an adult, supposedly for a fight that took place between a white and some other African Americans. So we're not into what happened in the past. We're talking about what happened in Jena. What happened when some white kids hung a noose across the tree? What happened when black kids were told that under that tree they could not sit, it was off limits? We're talking about whether or not the criminal justice system is working properly in Jena. That's what we're talking about.
And let's talk more about that criminal justice system.
Yes.
Let's talk about the DA, Reed Walters. I asked you last week about investigating him, his background, his history as a prosecutor. Do you feel, and have you been able to investigate, and will you investigate his actions as a prosecutor, as in trying blacks tougher than whites?
Well, what we will do is we will have a hearing. We will have a number of witnesses. He will be one of those that I'm sure the Judiciary Chairman will call. When they call him, of course, they will have found out everything that they could find out so that we could ask questions of him about his past actions, about the way that he's handled this case. For example, we know that he said to the black kids early on, with the stroke of a pen, he could ruin their lives. We know that he's holding Michael Bell without charge. We know that he's taken certain kind of actions that appear to be extremely harsh and uncalled for. So certainly we would be asking him questions about all of that.
What about the judge, Judge J.P. Moffrey? Is he being left off the hook here, or are you checking into him as well?
No, he is not being left off the hook. As a matter of fact, when our Judiciary Committee decides to hold a hearing and to investigate, everything comes into play. We need the facts. We need to know who the judge is. We need to know why he made that decision. We need to know everything about the DA. We need to know everything about all of the children that were involved. We need the facts. And wherever those facts take us, that's where we will go.
And I want to ask you finally about prosecuting hate crimes. And this is something that I've been really trying to wrap my hands around. And that's going back to more than a year ago. These 3 white boys who hung the nooses. The FBI investigated. They found evidence of a hate crime. They turned it over to Don Washington, the U.S. attorney. He decided not to prosecute. He said, hey, they're juveniles. They didn't have a rap sheet. But still, Maxine Waters, they hung 3 nooses from a tree in 2007. What can you do? What can be done about prosecuting hate crimes?
Well, first of all, I think the U.S. attorney is dead wrong. I think probably he's afraid of his own shadow. And his interpretation of that incident is absolutely incorrect. And so it does not hold water, and we are not going to stop with that interpretation. The nooses were hung across the tree. They're trying to say that there was some distance between the time that that happened and the time that the fight took place between the black and the whites. None of that makes good sense. We know that there was discrimination and racism on campus. These kids told the black kids, you cannot sit under this tree. It is off limits for you. The children were very respectful. The black kids went to the administration. They said, may we sit under the tree? The administration said, you can sit wherever you want. They sat under the tree, and the next day, the nooses appeared. And don't forget, while we were in Jena, some white kids on pickup trucks put nooses on their trucks and drove past some of those people who were there to protest what had been happening. So we've got some problems and racism in Jena.
And it cannot be forgotten that there is a KKK and a hate crime presence in that area, and a lot of people looking to you and other politicians there on the Hill to do something about that as well. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, sure appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.